Hi, it's Kim Bob. That's a nickname. I won't go into the story right now because I'm going to keep this short. I'm an election worker here in Texas, and I'm working tomorrow all day. It's going to be like a 14-hour day, and just have a few thoughts for anybody who hasn't voted out there. First of all, I want to say please like and subscribe. I need subscribers so they'll let me do live streams. And other than that, make sure that you text everyone you know, call anyone that might answer your call, talk to everyone you know, urge people to vote tomorrow if they haven't voted. Ask them if they voted. This is critical. The main issue I want to address in this video is these ads I've seen from Greg Abbott. I'm here in Texas. Greg Abbott is the governor. He is, I know I shouldn't say this, but he is a weasel. He looks like a weasel and acts like a weasel. He has these commercials out there saying that his job is to keep Texas, Texas. And that Colin Allred is not Texas. It is so much an undercover dog whistle. Colin Allred is Texas. Ted Cruz is not Texas. Colin Allred is running against Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz is such a train wreck. He has not represented Texas. And let me just say this. Greg Abbott is not keeping Texas, Texas. He is creating a theocracy in Texas based on the whims of a guy named Tim Dunn. There's also another guy. Tim Dunn is a oil billionaire. He made his money off fracking, and he's a preacher, and he's a right-wing Christian nationalist. And he's the reason that Greg Abbott is fighting so hard for school choice, in other words, vouchers for private schools that will take money away from rural schools. And the bizarre thing is that Tim Dunn doesn't really care about winning. He just cares about control. So he has run very conservative Republicans out of office because they would not go for this school choice thing, because they knew it would devastate their small rural communities. Because small rural communities aren't going to be able to fund a private school for their community, even if they wanted to. They just don't have the money. They need the public schools. And Greg Abbott is working against these small communities. He's working for Tim Dunn. There's another guy, I forget what his name is. I should have looked it up. Tim Dunn is the one that I have read a lot about. There's an article you can read online that was put out by the Rolling Stone. There's one that was put out by the Texas Monthly. Both of which you can read without having to pay. There's no paywall. And if you're in Texas, you should really read about this guy. He is a zealot. He wants to control Texas. He wants to shape Texas, and he will have a prominent position in a Trump administration should that happen. They want to create a true life Gilead, which is where Handmaid's Tale was set. We just had a pregnant teenager die who tried to get help 3 different times because she was miscarrying. Her name is Neva Crane, I believe. Remember Neva Crane. She shouldn't have died. She had a miscarriage and she bled out, because you have to be on the verge of death in Texas before they can treat you, before they can do a DNC. It's mind-blowing what's happened in Texas, and women are dying, and more women are going to die. If you're in Texas, I would not advise you to get pregnant, to be honest. Other than that, there's also just the bizarre incidents that I've witnessed as a poll worker, because I worked the early election. I'm going to work tomorrow, as I said. They weren't really bad, but just enough, and in an area of Austin that is already pretty Republican. My polling place is in a precinct that's probably very purple, if not red. Very wealthy area of Austin. I mean, super wealthy. Anyway, had a couple of people come in just to make a scene. I am very lucky to be working with a guy who's our judge. The guy in charge, the people in charge are called judges on election day. And our judge is very good at handling people who just want to cause trouble. And we had a few of them during early voting. I also just saw the video from the Pennsylvania DA. I forget his name, but he is warning people not to try to play militia, not to try to cause trouble, not to coerce, not to bully, not to try to intimidate voters in Pennsylvania, and good on him. Now, I'm a Kamala supporter. I've donated money, although I don't really have a lot to give. That's pretty much all I have to say for now, except, again, please like and subscribe and comment and engage and do whatever you do to support people. If you support progressive in Texas, it can feel like we're few and far between. I do recommend that everybody watch The Bulwark about the new poll out of Iowa produced by Ann Seltzer, or Seltzer. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name exactly, but it's mind-blowing. It has Kamala Harris up by 3 points in Iowa. That's mind-blowing. Iowa is very conservative and very white, but people are pissed about abortion. I would never have thought it would come to what it's come to, but these right-wing religious nuts think that it's perfectly fine for women to die, and I'm convinced that they want to criminalize women. They want to be able to throw women in jail if they have an abortion, and other people who would be willing to help them. Doctors can't help them. And Texas is losing OBGYNs. Students are not studying OBGYN. It is going to get worse and worse for women in Texas to try to have a baby. So I'm past my childbearing age, obviously. I'm 64. I have grandchildren. I'll talk at you more later. Just wanted to send a message to Greg Abbott. No, you're not representing Texas. I believe it's 72%, maybe even 78% of all Texans think that some form of abortion should be legal. And you are not representing Texas. Tell Tim Dunn to take a hike. He is not Texas. He thinks he is. He thinks he's God, quite frankly. Go read those articles, the one in the Rolling Stone and the one in Texas Monthly. I'll repeat that you don't have to pay to read them online. Anyway, peace out.